Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to connect your GitHub integration with Bind AI and access all of your code base with advanced models such as Claude and OpenAI. So first thing you're going to do is you need to have either a premium or a scale plan. Once you do that, you go in the left nav, click on GitHub. You start syncing your GitHub. You need to add your username and you'll have to create a GitHub token. We will link the instructions in the description for how to get the token. You hit fetch repositories. When you do that, it is going to list all the repositories which you have in your GitHub. So you check a repo, and when you do that, you can select a branch. I'm going to select a development branch because that's where my work in progress code is. I'm going to select another repo which manages the backend for my code. I'm just going to hit sync. You can select any number of repos or branches if you have a scale plan. So once I hit sync, what it's going to do is it's going to check your GitHub token and it's going to fetch all the files from the repositories you connected. And once you do that, you can click here and you can see that the files are syncing. It takes a few minutes because it's not just copying the files from your GitHub, it's also creating embeddings. Embeddings is a way to give context to the AI. So it's going to take all your files, it's going to create chunks and embeddings and make it accessible to the AI. So while it does that, I'm going to show you how to access your GitHub code base. So what you're going to do now is you see this source here. So you're going to click the source, and in the source, you are going to select GitHub. So once you select GitHub, it is going to use whatever data is synced from your code base. Okay, so it is still syncing, but let's give it a try. So I'm gonna explain what is in app.py file. Okay, so this was in one of the repositories which I connected. Okay, so it is pulling information from the file, and I'll show you how we know that. So here it's specifically looking at the app.py file, and then it's accessing what do I have in it. And if you scroll down, it is showing me the file name. It is showing me the repo name, and it's also showing me the GitHub URL. So if you click on it, it's going to take you to the specific file in your GitHub repository. Now let's try this again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable the source GitHub, and I'm going to ask the same question. So let me copy it. And it's really important you pick either GPT-4o or any of the 3.5 models or CodeStrill so that you have enough AI reasoning power to use the context. Okay, so I'm going to create a new thread. I'm going to create a new thread so that it doesn't take the history and give me the answer. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to start a new thread. And I'm going to select no source. Okay, I'm going to paste the same question here. So what I would expect is it would give me an answer which is super generic and not pulling information from my code base. And it is doing exactly the same. So it is giving a super generic answer. It says app.py file is a Python script for frameworks like Flask or FastAPI. So it's giving a super generic answer. Now I'm going to go back to the thread gonna refresh. What did I see the name of the thread? So I can go back here and then um, let's start. Okay, let's start a new one. Okay, I'm gonna select GitHub as the source. So I'm gonna ask like, show me how rollbar is integrated in app.py. So okay, hopefully it's gonna. So okay, so now what it's doing is so rollbar is a logging application and it's integrated in the code base. So what it's doing is it's essentially pulling that chunk of the code, uh, and you can essentially look at the code base. You can ask it to optimize the code. Um, let's just say optimize the code for rollbar integration. Okay. So while it does that, so essentially like any code which you create here, it is going to, you can open it in this code editor, and then you can, okay, so it updated the code. It's saying that improving readability, reducing redundancy. So this is the updated code which it gave. And obviously, like you can switch the model and then you can ask the same question. You can try with Sonnet. Uh, and voila, that's how you do the GitHub integration. Um, okay, so now it shows that it's already synced. So all of your repos are synced. If you want to sync more repos, you can follow the same process, but make sure that when you create the GitHub token, you have allowed access to all of your private and public repos. Otherwise, it will not show the list of all your repos, and then you'll have to create another token and resync everything. Uh, but yeah, that's a quick demo. Hopefully, you could try it out and leave us a comment. This is still in beta, so we're looking for some early adopters to join the waitlist. Please leave us a comment or contact us on support. Thank you.